Have you ever looked at an ancient wonder and thought, how on earth did they build that? We're about to dive headfirst into one of the most mind-boggling architectural puzzles on the planet. A mystery that continues to stump engineers and historians even today in 2025. Welcome to Baalbek, Lebanon, home to some of the largest man-made stone blocks in history. Our journey begins at the base of a truly colossal Roman temple complex. But what lies beneath it is even more astonishing. We're talking about the trilithon, a series of 3 gigantic limestone blocks, each weighing around 800 tons. To put that in perspective, that's like lifting 400 large cars at once. And these aren't even the biggest stones here. Not far away in the ancient quarry lies a true giant, a silent testament to an ambition that borders on the impossible. This is the Hajar al-Hibla, or the stone of the pregnant woman. This single monolithic block is estimated to weigh a staggering 1,000 to 1,200 tons. It's longer than a bowling alley and taller than a 2-story house. It lies partially quarried, tilted at an angle as if it was just about to be moved and then abandoned. Why? What was its purpose? And the million-dollar question, how did they plan to move it? The conventional theory, of course, points to the Romans. We know they were master builders, and the temples above are undoubtedly Roman. They attribute the quarrying and moving of these stones to thousands of laborers using a complex system of ropes, rollers, and sheer brute force. Historians sketch out scenarios with massive wooden cranes and vast teams of men and animals, all working in perfect synchrony. The Romans were incredible engineers, no doubt. They gave us aqueducts, concrete, and roads that have lasted for millennia. But did they really have the technology to transport a 1,200-ton block of stone with such precision? That's where the story gets really interesting. There are no Roman records, not a single text or inscription, that describes how they moved these specific megaliths. It's a complete blank in the historical record. For an empire that documented everything from military campaigns to daily grain rations, this silence is deafening. It's like building the world's tallest skyscraper and forgetting to mention how you lifted the steel beams to the top. This glaring omission has opened the door to a world of speculation and fascinating local legends. Local folklore offers a different perspective, one filled with magic and mystery. Some tales speak of ancient giants who carved and placed the stones with their bare hands. Others whisper about jinns, powerful supernatural beings commanded by King Solomon, who lifted the blocks as if they were pebbles. These stories, passed down through generations, suggest that the power used was not human at all. While these might sound like fanciful myths, they highlight a key point. For the people who have lived in the shadow of these stones for centuries, the idea of ordinary human effort just doesn't seem to add up. Let's break down the sheer scale of the problem. Modern heavy lifting cranes, some of the most powerful machines on Earth, would struggle with a load like the stone of the pregnant woman. Transporting it across uneven terrain, even for a short distance, and then lifting it into place on a foundation platform would be a monumental engineering challenge today. How could an ancient civilization without access to modern hydraulics or engines even conceive of such a project? The logistics are mind-blowing. Think of the number of trees needed for rollers and levers, the amount of rope required, and the precision needed to prevent the stone from cracking under its own immense weight. Adding another layer to the enigma, archaeologists have discovered even larger blocks in the same quarry. In 2014, a German archaeological team unearthed a block lying right next to the stone of the pregnant woman that is estimated to weigh an unbelievable 1,650 tons. This makes it officially the largest known single stone block ever quarried by human hands. It was clearly intended to be part of the temple platform, but like its smaller sibling, it was left behind. This discovery only deepens the mystery. It proves that the 1,200-ton stone wasn't a one-off attempt. It was part of a grand, systematic plan to build something on a scale that defies comprehension. So what happened? Did the builders simply overreach, biting off more than they could chew? Did some catastrophe, like an earthquake or a war, halt the project midstream? Or is there another explanation we haven't even considered? Some theorists propose that the technology wasn't Roman at all. They suggest that the Romans built their temple on top of a much older platform, a sacred site constructed by a far more ancient and technologically advanced civilization. In this view, the Romans were simply building on the foundations laid by their mysterious predecessors. This would explain why the style of the foundation stones seems so different from the ornate Roman work above it, and why the Romans themselves never took credit for the heaviest lifting. Could Baalbek be the legacy of a lost civilization? A civilization that had mastered engineering techniques that we are only now beginning to understand. It's a tantalizing idea. As we look at these immense, silent stones in 2025, we're not just looking at rocks, we're looking at a question mark carved into the very landscape of history. The immovable stones of Baalbek stand as a powerful reminder that our ancestors may have been capable of far more than we give them credit for. The answer remains buried, perhaps not in the earth, but in the lost annals of time. The enigma endures, challenging our understanding of the past and inviting us to keep asking questions. What do you think is the secret behind the stones of Baalbek? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this journey into one of history's greatest architectural riddles. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the unknown. See you next time.